It's been quite a beginning of a new year. I sent a note out last week about the extension of remote classes and want to take a moment now to talk a little bit about where we are in the pandemic as best we can tell, and in particular, comparing 2020 to 2022. How's this different from 2 years ago? Well, if you remember March of 2020, we knew nothing about the disease. COVID was a new term, COVID-19. We knew it was here. We didn't know where it was exactly. We had some testing capability, but very limited, long lines for tests. We didn't know about positivity and what positivity meant, what it could be, what it should be. We were told on a Friday afternoon that we had to be remote in all of our instructions on Monday morning. Nationally, there were shortages of ventilators and masks and hospital supplies in general. PPE became a term that we hadn't used before. It was a time of uncertainty, if nothing else. And then, boom, a feared recession and budgets were slashed across the country. Now jump ahead to 2022. We know so much more. We know so much about the disease. We know about variants of the disease. We have vaccines. We have a growing number of treatments for the disease. We understand testing in a way we certainly didn't early on. Which are the vulnerable populations? How often should we test? What kinds of quarantines and isolations are useful and effective? And we know a lot about how the university responds as well. Again, I wish we weren't in a primarily remote mode right now. One thing that hasn't changed since 2020 is our commitment to each other and commitment to the future of UCR. I see that every day on the Zoom screen and in person. I see it in people's faces and I see it in the work they do. I also see a commitment to getting back to face-to-face instruction because we've learned how valuable that is for our students, and that certainly is part of our plan. How do we get from here? Let's hope this spike is indeed short. Let's do all we can. I really appreciate the compliance and the success we've had with our vaccination program. Please, if you're not vaccinated, get boosted. Do those things for yourself and for all of us. Masks, I've got my masks on my desk, and I know you all do as well. Wear those as people are on campus. Do all the things we have come to learn are in fact effective and important. And mostly, please take away my gratitude to everyone for what they have done to help us get through the pandemic, but most importantly, your flexibility and your tolerance of the uncertainty and the continuing changes that have been thrust upon all of us. Hope this turns out to be a great year and a great quarter for everybody. It'll get better. It is getting better, and that's what we have to keep reminding ourselves. Thanks.